Are you sick and tired of being sick and tired? I'll ask you again. Are you sick and tired of being sick and tired? I'm Dr. Keshia, and I help you grow through the dry places. There are a lot of times where we feel like we are going through the valley, almost like that valley of dry bones. We are wondering if anything that is happening, all the situations and circumstances in any of this, can any bones live? Can they revive themselves? Can any situation be shifted around and refocused and recentered so that we get back on track, so that things go back to the way that we want them to go? Because a lot of times we see things and we look at our circumstances and they look humongous. They look and feel overwhelming at all times. But it is important that we keep our eyes focused, that we are allowing ourselves to take that space of knowing that this is not the end. These bones will definitely live again. They will definitely rejuvenate and revitalize, and I will continue to move forward. I will be in a space where I will not die in this place. I will keep moving forward. I will grow through this as I'm going through it, because the whole purpose and premise of growing through is that you learn and you gain that strength and all those things that you need to be able to move, to be able to persevere, to be able to withstand whatever it is that might be going on in your daily life. Because sometimes we can absolutely not change any circumstance or situation. We cannot, even in our wildest dreams, sometimes predict what those things are that might be going on in our lives right now. We would never have thought that certain situations and circumstances would have brought us to this very moment in time where we are feeling frustrated, where we are feeling hopeless, where we are feeling down and out. But it is important that you remember whose you are, that even in the midst of these dry bones, when you are looking around and you just don't see life, you don't see anything that looks like it's going to be spectacular or looks like it's going to bring forth any type of bloom, any type of fruit that is going to be beneficial. You are just looking at the problem. And in the moment that you are looking at the problem, you begin not to focus on who has charge of the world, who has charge of you, who can shift your situation in just that quick of a second. It is in those moments that you've got to forge, that you've got to purpose, that you've got to center your mind in knowing that this is what I'm seeing. This is faulty because our eyes are faulty, our ears are faulty. We have the ability to shift and filter a lot of times some of the things that go on in our lives and some of the situations, the way that we perceive them, the way that we view them. But it matters where you position yourself. It matters that seem hopeless. It matters that seem frustrating. It matters that seem like it just will not turn. It will not shift. It will not go in the direction that I would like it to go. Everything seems hopeless. Everything feels lost. I am frustrated to no end, because no matter what I try to do, nothing goes right. It's like I can't find a right for everything going wrong. How many of you ever experienced that? Have you been in a situation where you say, I can't even find a right for everything going wrong? You feel like every situation is just flipping on its head. It's just turning upside down. Like, I just can't. You know that phrase that sometimes we'll say, I can't catch a break, because every time I try to do, or every time I try to go and try to do these things, try to get this situated, here goes this thing popping off. And then I have to go try to get it situated. And I'm right back in the muck and the mire and feeling frustrated and feeling like I just don't know which way to turn. I just need a good day. I need a good break. I need all the things that are going to help me to better understand where I am in this moment, because in this moment, I feel like I can't do it. I just am overwhelmed. I'm tired. And I'm on a space of being sick and tired of being sick and tired, because I've been in this space a long time now. And every time I think I'm going to come up for air, I get pushed right back down. If you have experienced that, then know this. Know that you are not alone, because you are not the only one who has ever experienced those moments of feeling like that, feeling like you are sick and tired of being sick and tired, feeling like you just can't catch a break. I want you to consider that you are not on this island alone. There are tons of residents that can plot a land plot a piece of land on that island for you and with you, because they will say, oh yeah, I've been there. I've been in certain situations and certain circumstances. I know for me, I have been in situations and circumstances where I didn't know which way was up sometimes. I didn't really even know my own name at times because of all of the pressure and all of the frustration and all of the things going on around me that I allowed to get in me, as opposed to me allowing myself to figure out that reset, figure out what I needed in those moments. I allowed myself to keep on going, keep getting swept out by the current. And that current moves fast. And what they will absolutely tell you, which is so true, that if you get swept out, because as a young girl, I was probably about 10 or 11, and I remember going to the beach, and I remember walking out, and one wave just kind of hit me and smacked me off my feet, and I found myself up under the water. And being up under the water, that was a scary time and a scary experience. But I realized that I could not fight the wave. I had to allow myself to go opposite of where the wave was trying to take me, because the water was rushing this way. I needed to go this way in order for my body and all of that to be able to circumvent what the waves were trying to do. They were trying to take me out. But instead, obviously, I made it out. Instead of being swept out, I was able to regain myself and reestablish myself to get back to shore. Because a lot of times that is really what we feel like life does. That big old wave of everything just keeps on coming and it knocks you straight off of your feet. And you are not prepared because it is unexpected. Because for me, I just wanted to go and have some fun in the water. And I did not anticipate that the water would end up creating a space where I needed to figure out how I was going to survive and how I was going to get out of that situation. And at the time, I don't think anybody really even noticed that that was what was going on. But that is exactly what happens sometimes in life. We are wanting to have fun. We are enjoying things. Stuff is going in a certain direction, and we are seeing that silver, that ray of sunshine, all of that beyond the clouds. We are seeing that. We are experiencing that. So life is good. And then all of a sudden, boom, something comes. But it is not that we need to always be in a space where we're just so hyper vigilant that we're trying to look and figure out everything and have a plan for this, and that. You can have a plan A through Z and it still not go the way that you were hoping that it would go, because certain situations just really will help you in a way to get shifted off track, shifted off course. But it is up to us to be able to figure out how we recalibrate. And so what really does it look like for us to recalibrate? What does it look like for us to be able to get back, for us to be able to circumvent those waves that keep on coming, that keep on creating stress and creating frustration for us? How are we able to move in those? Because that is what is going to be key. That is what is going to make a difference. And so if you do nothing else, I want you to allow yourself every day to wake up and remind yourself of 3 things that you are thankful for, 3 things that you are grateful for. Even if it's just the really mere fact that you woke up, you can see. And if you listen real good, you can hear. Those are 3 things that you can be thankful for in your day. So finding those 3 things that you are thankful for every day as you wake up, because that's going to make a difference. Making sure that you just stop, lay in the bed for a second. Don't just go rush to go do all the things that you know you need to do to get your day started. But make sure that you are allowing yourself the opportunity to just take a few cleansing breaths, deep cleansing breaths, because that is going to help you. That is going to help create some flow for you, because in that flow, you are setting a tone for your day. You are setting a pace, and people don't always realize it. But as soon as we wake up, sometimes we just have that automatic autopilot. We can get up, we go, we do these things, we brush our teeth, we do all whatever. We might go make sure the children are ready or they're getting ready or what have you, doing all those things because that is what we do every day like clockwork. But when you wake up and you just open your eyes and you just automatically start to take those deep cleansing breaths and allow yourself to be able to set a pace, because this is a marathon. It is not a sprint. So it's important that we not get out of bed and just go sprint to do the next thing, or sprint to be here, or sprint to do, because we know that we're on a timeline. We create a flow of opportunity for ourselves. We allow ourselves to get a rhythm that is not pushing us, that is not contributing and causing more overwhelm from the things that we already know are going on that are outside of our control. We can control the pace. So if you need to slow it down, if you need to bring it back center, make sure that you do that, and make sure that you are intentional about doing that, because if you don't set it in your mind, if you don't make a date with yourself to make sure that this is how I am going to start my day, this is how I'm going to do these things and accomplish this and get it situated, then it will not happen. Because the reality is, there are things that are absolutely outside of your control. There are waves that are absolutely going to come and knock you down. But you control how you think, how you feel, how you respond, and how you behave. Those are things that are inside of your control. So set a pace for yourself and allow yourself to feel that flow, to create that flow so that you can get going. The other piece to that is making sure that you also, when you find those things that you're grateful for, that you wake up and you tell God, thank you, because you get this day. You get a do-over. If yesterday was not so great, or if you felt like you really lost track, you really failed some things, today is a day to get a new start. Today is the day to get a do-over, to do things the way that you need to do them, and to have it done in a mindset and in a mind frame that yesterday is yesterday, today is a new day. So I am going to allow this day to be, in my mind, filled with opportunity. I am looking for that thing around the corner. Something good is going to happen to me today. Affirm that. Affirm that something good is going to happen to you today. And even if it's just the fact that you got in line and the line wasn't long at your favorite place, maybe that was the coffee shop or whatever, you were able to do that without an issue. That might be your something good. Or you were able to get over there and you walked by somebody, they looked down, you gave them a smile and said, I hope that your day is going to turn around. It's not going to be as bad as you think. You gave them an encouraging word, and at the same time you remember and you remind yourself, today is not going to be a bad day for me either. Today something is going to turn around, and you look for it, you hope for it. And eventually it starts, because it is molding in your mind and in your perception, and then your vision becomes clearer, because you are in a space where you know and understand that this is going to be a better day. It is not going to be whatever it was yesterday. It is going to be today. Today is the day. There are new mercies. There are new graces. Goodness and mercy is absolutely following you. The very fact that you woke up this morning, that was goodness, that was mercy, and allowing it to, throughout your day, follow you and allow you to get things done, allow you to do what you need to do, so that you can keep moving forward as you're growing through the dry places, and not just laying in the dry places and being stuck and becoming a part of those dry bones, but you are getting up. You are finding that space to rise, to show up, to do what you need to do what is purpose for you and designed for you in this earth, because you are so necessary. You are so needed. And if by chance in this particular moment you are like, you're right, I'm needed, and the way you are needed is because somebody else is going to need to be uplifted and encouraged too. And when you get in a space where you understand that I am going to give out what I want to get back, and that is, I'm going to give out the encouragement. And if by chance that means that, hey, I'm going to pass along this message right here because I'm going to like it, I'm going to share, and I'm going to tell others to like it and share, because this is what is needed, the encouragement. It starts, it's just a spark, but that spark can establish a flame, and that flame can keep going as we continue to do that, as we continue to uplift others, as we continue to help them figure out that no matter what it looks like, keep on going, because just around the horizon, there is going to be a shift. And when that shift happens, I am going to be waiting. I am going to be hopeful. I am going to be walking in the direction of where I can collide with that. And I meet my purpose and I continue, because that change has happened and that change is allowing me to continue to do the things that I'm going to need to do in this earth, to be able to live purposeful, to be able to leave this world empty, because I have given all the things that I needed to give. All of the gifts that were inside of me, I was able to use them and throw them out there. So I am not going to lay in the valley of dry bones, but I am going to get up and live, because this is a new day and I'm going to start it fresh in a new way and establish a pace for myself and keep moving. And don't forget about your hydration. Don't forget to drink your water, because your water is going to be so important. Now, I'm not saying drink a whole gallon of water at a time, because that's not healthy for everybody. Some people, that is way too much. And so it's taking that at a pace that is good for you, talking with your physician about what is a good amount of water for you to take in. But that hydration is absolutely going to be beneficial, because it is going to help to flush out some of those toxins as well. It is going to help you as you keep on moving, as you keep on doing. It is going to recharge you in a way and give you strength for the journey, because you need all the strength that you can get, because there's a journey ahead of you that you are going to only be able to do. You are only going to be able to be that one who can accomplish those things and do what is necessary here on this earth. So allow yourself that time, allow yourself that opportunity to breathe, allow yourself to remember those three things that you are thankful for, that you are grateful for. Allow yourself to get those cleansing breaths so that you can just establish a tone and a pace for yourself. Remind yourself that I still also got to stay hydrated and do those things that are necessary so that I can keep along this journey, so I can keep moving forward. Everybody, I want you to keep growing through, and be sure to watch the next video. We'll talk soon.